Oh, I bet you didn't see that coming. Eh?
Jeez.
Shout out to your boy Javen getting in the new, cool, sexy dugout thing, man. Bill Gates caught the check. Bill Gates caught the check, man. So, guys, look, man. So, how have you guys been? We're here for the Q&A, man. I've got
I'm just
my
wondering why you came
Daniels
into
here.
the dugout.
I've
Why
got
you
my
coming to the
Daniels and
dugout half
everything,
naked, man?
So
Where
how's your week been on, or rather, how have your last few days been, man? Give me the lowdown. Give me all the details, all the deets, man.
Went Sainsbury's today, so it's basically like a holiday. We sat in the garden for a bit, you know what I mean? So we've just been chilling. It's about all we can do,
I've been quite disturbed. This is twice now I've seen Have Hope's chest hair.
Look, man, like this.
I jumped into one of his streams. I don't know. I can't remember what he was talking about. And I clicked in. I was like, "Why is this guy's chest hair on YouTube? I have to come off.
Look, man, leave the chest hairs alone, man.
We can do like a little competition.
Are we trying to get more viewers or something? Are you trying to change the demographic?
Appeal to the.
I didn't realize it was that. No, if I knew, I wouldn't come in my.
Look. These and these are all natural, man. Nothing here is. Look at that. This is all natural. Look at this. This is all natural.
The views are going down. The views are going down.
Look, man. So I mean, so basically, I'm just loading up the questions now. So quick question before we get into the main questions. So what's your take on this whole wage dispute thing, especially with Arsenal and the whole also and people getting outed and so forth, and people breaking lockdowns and all that kind of stuff? What's your take of it?
You know what? I just want to start with. Did anyone see what Adebayor said about donations? Oh, he said people always mistake him for Etu or Drogba, but he's going to be clear. I do not donate. he said, I'm not donating. He said, I did not bring coronavirus to Togo. I am not donating nothing.
I mean,
it's his prerogative, isn't it? It's up to him.
It really is.
It's up to him. You can't tell people to do such things. It's their money, isn't it? So at least what I like about it is that he's up front. He's not hiding behind nothing. He just said, "Boy, don't come to me look for money. I ain't giving you nothing." Fair enough. Fair enough.
And also, you don't know how much he has suffered to even get to this place right now. So
fair enough.
Well, you want me to not be the Samaritan.
He caught up in the shooting that happened.
When
African nations or won the qualifiers.
I remember. Yeah. Togo. Yeah, the boss. Well, I think a keeper and another person died.
Yeah.
The man just like whatever, isn't
it? But in terms of the whole Arsenal situation,
you actually buy this whole thing of like nobody can buy any players in this transfer market and so because everybody's pretty much bankrupt. Because I'm not saying like I think that's evil. You've run out of all of your money, really. Especially for the bigger clubs, I'm like.
Remember, as a club, you're counting on weekly or bi-weekly revenue of some clubs are getting 2-3 million a weekend for playing home games.
Yeah.
So when that money's not coming in, you can't just spend reserves because you don't know how long it's going to be before you start getting money coming in. So I can understand why people wouldn't be able to afford transfer fees. But to go back to your other question about the whole Arsenal and the wage deferral and everything like that, for me, and I've said it on Twitter many times, the whole thing with Ozil is, firstly, why is it only him who's been named?
Yeah,
which is shameful. And I think that's come from the club because the club have tried to unsettle him for a long time to try and get him to leave. And I believe someone in the club has probably taken that to the press to try and get Ozil so mad that he's going to be like, you know what, I'm off. But Ozil said, you know what, fine. I will take a deferral at a higher percentage if I know where it's going. So let's sort out this financial problem. Let's see how much it's going to cost the club. And then once we know the figures, then we can either take more of a cut or a larger deferral or whatever. But him taking a cut now would actually be derogatory to the NHS and the services because him taking a larger cut means he's not paying as much taxes.
Yeah.
And the taxes is going into NHS. At least he knows where that's going.
Yeah.
You take a wage cut now, where's that money going?
Yeah.
Arsenal haven't said this money is going to here, it's going to. We don't know where the money's going.
Yeah.
So until we know where the money's going, I don't think any of those players should have been taking wage cut.
Well,
You don't know what they're going to do with your money.
Well, the thing is, from what I was hearing is that a lot of the players didn't agree to it at first, and then Mikel Arteta basically pulled on their heartstrings and sold them, basically saying that, you know, it's for the greater good. I.e., I don't know what the owners may have said to him in the light of, if we don't save money, then we can't buy X, Y, Z in the summer, etc., etc. So he may well say, look, for us to progress as a club, you know, my vision, I need X, Y, Z, and the owners are saying that we need to make these savings. If not, then it's kind of probably just we're going to go ahead with the same players that we got next season. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to know who the other two players are.
Yeah. Well, actually, now I've heard the first news that came out was 3. No, sorry. First it was 2. They said 25 out of 27 agreed. And then we heard it was Ozil plus 2 others. So, yeah, I want to know who those I mean, also, I don't really want to know. I was happy not knowing who they were initially. But once you call out Ozil, then I think it's only right that you should.
Yeah, let's hear the other names, man.
Yeah.
All right. And you know the thing is as well. Sorry, just before, like Piers Morgan coming out and saying X, Y, Z, but Piers Morgan weren't saying well done Ozil when Ozil was paying 16,000 of his own money for homeless people to eat. When he was doing these charities for Muslim people, when he was doing this, I think now he's involved in a charity to get medical supplies for Sierra Leone, or something, along with some other players. But because it's not us that he's helping, the people here in Britain that he's helping,
no.
They don't care.
Also, my thing about it is that Arsenal paid all that money. Also didn't put a gun to their head and say, you must pay me this amount of money. Same thing with like Rooney. Why are you hating on Rooney or Ozil? The club paid them that money. They didn't hold a gun and say, yo, boom, pay me this money. So, and I'm sorry, if I'm Ozil, I'm getting too much money. Let me take. No, you're gonna give me cheddar. I'm gonna keep that flipping cheddar, man. I've got a flipping island and stuff to buy.
He's not keeping it. He does a lot of charitable work all across the world, but because it's not people who look like Piers Morgan that are benefiting, they don't care. They don't like it. They want your money should be coming to us because we need it.
Yeah,
not to them people over there. That's the problem.
The reality is, as we said on our previous show, it's up to his players. It's up to the player individually if they want to make a pay cut. For me, if you don't take a pay cut, I'm not going to look at you in a worse way. That's your decision. If you do take a pay cut, I may look at you, in a better way, in a better light. I say, because you're making a sacrifice. But if you don't want to make the sacrifice, that's
no, bro. It's man. It's your money, man.
Because all these people saying, you take a pay cut, take a pay cut. Would you take a pay cut? They earn more. Their expenses are probably more. Therefore, they need to spend more.
So, that's the key thing. Again, like
that they're taking out of your salary.
But
pay the same percentage.
That's the key thing that Nick's just hits on. Because again, we'll get to question, but you hit on a key point. Because I was of the mindset of like, man, why do you need all this money, man? Do you really need to be spending all this money? Can't you live? But once you are earning a certain amount of money for a few years, the expenses rise up. The bills are all in accordance with how much you're now currently earning. And again, it's like, okay, why? So I've suffered to live in this mansion with this crazy electricity bill and everything. Why should I now go back to living in a one-bedroom apartment in some block on the road? Why? To just make myself be morally good? No, I want to live in the mansion. And to live in this mansion, I need this cash to maintain my life in this mansion. So before I roll through, let me just hit this.
There was a super chat.
Now this is key. How come HH can have his chest hair out, but women can have their breasts, which is the out? I want equality. Thank you.
Sophie Rose.
What is it?
Sophie Rose. Go check her out.
Yeah, no, like I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. HH. Abdullah and I were going to do it today, bro. We have it couldn't happen to today, bro, because you have to. I'll message you. It's going to be rescheduled. It's going to be rescheduled, man. The scheduling on this football hot thing is crazy, but we will reschedule it. Trust me, it will happen, but we will reschedule the.
What are you doing?
The thing. It's De Bruyne and Paul Pogba. So I was like, look, if you want to debate me, you only debate me on my terms where I win. That's the thing. So
okay. All right.
Right, let's go down to our first question. We've got 9 questions, and guys, thank you for the questions, man. Why do you send so many questions? Well, but look, well, we are in quarantine, so I believe this is the first question.
Yep.
So from LV Don, who says, if Neymar played that World Cup semi-final crucifixion, does Brazil make the final? No.
No. It had to be Neymar and Thiago Silva. If Neymar and Thiago Silva played the final,
They still don't.
I think they could have, because you can't look. I can't look at it like, oh, Germany would have played the same way or Brazil would have played the same way. It's a completely different game. And it's a mentality as well. Germany go into that game knowing there's no Neymar. So what threat? What's the threat at the other end? What, Fred and Oscar? And at the back there's no Thiago Silva. That's 2 massive pieces to their team, and it wasn't a great team overall. I think the way that Neymar was playing that tournament, I think there's a big chance, very big chance.
Yeah, I think it would have made a difference. Whether they would have beat Germany, I don't know, but it definitely would have made a difference because he was the talisman. Do you know what I mean? They looked towards him, and he was balling that tournament. So I don't know if they would have got to the final, but I doubt they would have got embarrassed like that.
No. For me, I just don't think that they would personally. So actually, no. Can I just Well, we're gonna get to another question, but I've got to address this because this is messed up. LL, which is of course is a piece of crap. He promised weeks ago that Vas and Ablahi would debate, but has gone back on his word to make more money off the super chats. Now, let me just address this right now. First of all, I didn't promise any. First of all,
money, y'all.
by the way, first of all, I didn't promise anything. Sorry, I did not make a promise of anything. We did schedule for Thursday, but then I said that, look, man, let me get back to you and work out the schedule because we already locked in that this Football Dugout Q&A happens every Thursday. Do you want to kill me? So you expect me to do over an hour of this straight afterwards? I'll do an hour and a half of that, bro. I can only do my best, man.
He needs to wash his chest.
What is it?
I said he needs to wash his chest hairs. Give him some time, man.
I need to wash my chest hairs, man. So look, don't feed me that crap, man. You'll get it when you get it, man. Piece of crap. From Eves, man. Thank you for the question, Eves. De Bruyne or Kaka? And Haverpot, stop disrespecting Kaka. He was the best player of a immensely talented AC Milan squad, and at his best was unstoppable. And his goal versus Man United 06-07 was money. Now, please let me go first. I'm begging you. Let me. An immensely talented AC Milan squad who went a 3-0 first half lead with a team that had a passion merchant, Steven Gerrard, Vladimir Smitsa, Dietmar Hamann, and some other roadmen. Sorry, you can have all the talent in the world. That's an L on your part. Second thing is this. So you said De Bruyne and I've always said that Kaka for me was quality overrated. 06 World Cup, what did you do? Apart from a goal against Croatia, he didn't really do much. And I think that people overestimate just how good he was. Shevchenko made Kaka a lot better than he really truly was. Those are just facts. Now, as far as De Bruyne or Kaka, I would say that Kaka overall is the better footballer and the more talented footballer because I've called De Bruyne a system merchant. But the thing is that put De Bruyne in the right team, he can be incredibly effective and possibly even more effective than Kaka if he's in the right team. But I just think that Kaka, as an individual, could put Kaka in almost any team, any system, and so forth, and he'll be quality. So that's the thing that Kaka, more talented footballer, and so forth. De Bruyne, more effective in the right system. Oh, Nix has disappeared.
Yeah, you know what? Firstly, they're 2 completely different players. Do you know what I mean? 2 completely different players who offer 2 different things. Kaka was not overrated. He was a very, very good player. I don't think he could go into the conversation when you're talking about players like, R9, Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, those kind of players. I don't think he was at that level, but I think he was at the top of the next level down, if you understand what I mean. And I think he was a very, very good player. And to say that AC Milan squad wasn't stacked because of one game is ridiculous, because that squad was unbelievably talented. You're talking about players like Seedorf. Inzaghi is one of the best Italian goal scorers in history of the game. You're talking about Cafu. You're talking about Maldini. You're talking about Nesta. You're talking about these are like rock solid players throughout history. They can stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of Kaká versus De Bruyne, let De Bruyne play. Do you know what I mean? We've only seen the best of De Bruyne for what, 4 years? 4 years? Let him have a career and then we could talk. But
what were you doing the World Cup timing, man? While Hazard was pitching France all by himself, what help did he give my boy Zad? What help did he give?
As I was saying, let De Bruyne play. Do you know what I mean? And then we can have a conversation putting him against people like that who have been there and done it. But as I said, 2 different positions. You can't really put a Kaká and a De Bruyne in the same thing because they offer 2 completely different things on the football pitch.
For me, I have to go Kaká. I know they're not complete. They're not the same player or in terms of the same position. But if you, for example, if you're doing a Ballon d'Or voting, you have strikers, you have midfielders, you have defenders in the top 3, top 5, top 10. So you can only judge someone on their position. And I think that Kaká in his position, just behind the striker, I would say he was better than De Bruyne in his position. To be fair, De Bruyne has multiple positions, which you could argue gives him a little bit of an edge in that respect. But technically, as a footballer, dribbling ability, Kaká was quick. For the height that he was, because he was a tall guy, he was quick over the ground. And he had... to be fair, he had the technical ability that you should expect from a Brazilian. And not all Brazilians do, especially in this day and age. We're seeing a lot more Brazilians in European football, and you have to really question whether or not they are Brazilian. I'm not making no names, Andres Pereira. But
I keep thinking he's Uruguayan. I forget that he's Brazilian.
Bro, the guy's a brick, man. That's where he's from. He's from brick.
But yeah, you say Kaká is he was in this he's overrated and in the stacked AC Milan side, and you're questioning his AC Milan side. Well, the AC Milan side, minus a couple and add a couple, they won the Champions League 2 years later. And he was very much a part of that Champions League side. That was the year that he went and won the Ballon d'Or, destroyed Man United in the semi-finals, both at home and away for them, in both legs. And he got an assist, which turned out to be the winning assist in the final for Inzaghi. So the guy is always, for AC Milan, he's always turned up. Even in that 2005 final, that pass for Crespo, listen, I'm not saying De Bruyne couldn't make it in it, but he hasn't done it in a Champions League final. I'm not going to put the blame on Kaká because they conceded 3 goals. AC Milan were creating chances from minute 1 to minute 120. It ain't his fault that they weren't taking it. So, listen, Kaká, for me, I have Kaká over De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne's a brilliant player as well. And yeah, at the end of his career, I guess it would be easier to judge. But as it stands, I'll go Kaká.
All right. Let me... Question number 3. This is from Sapphire. Do you think Arsenal is an overrated club? They have never won a European trophy and have never been European juggernauts, only dominated in Premier League, and they never really dominated. They never won a back-to-back. You see, look, obviously, I know this is obviously, I know Devil wants to go in, so, for... before I go to Devil, let me even go first to Nick's on this board, but let me go first because I want Devil to go last since it's about Arsenal. Arsenal just have very vociferous fans, obviously, which have also been expanded by AFTV and so forth. So Arsenal are like the masters of finessing you. That's the thing, because if you look on face value, you think, no, this is one of the biggest clubs in the world, based on just how much they talk, based on how much they preach themselves. Because most of the people I know are Arsenal fans. Most of the guys I know or know people, whether they are Nigerians or so forth, are Arsenal fans. And these guys are the loudest, most full-on people before. So you think, wait, no, these guys have won 5 10 European Cups. These guys, but you say, wait a minute, okay, well, there are a few cobwebs in that trophy, in that European area everywhere. Like basically, spiders are basically building. Basically, like you see Spider-Man like chilling out in the trophy cabinet European area. So you see, the thing is, it depends on how you view overrated, because I already know Arsenal as what it is. They're just one of the most widely supported clubs out in the world. And even from a guy growing up in Nigeria, they are huge in Nigeria as well. And they just, for a period, had a very excellent team. And I always said that for that invincible team, they really should have they should have won a Champions League. And I believe that was the year that FC Porto won, I think.
Yeah, we lost to Chelsea, didn't we?
Wayne Bridge.
In the quarterfinals, yeah. And then Chelsea lost to
Monaco.
Was it Monaco? Yeah, it was Porto Monaco final, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that was actually the year that team, which reached their peak, should have won because that was the year that there was no one. The path was there. So overall, I wouldn't use the word overrated. I would just say that ignore the noise. And if you just ignore the noise, you just look at the fact that they are what they are. Like, they're of a certain level. So a level just below the top and bigger clubs. Knicks.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Because are we purely just judging Arsenal since 1992? And I know they haven't won a Champions League or European Cup in the whole history, but if we're talking about even just domestic football, they've won 13 league titles, which is the third most behind Man United and Liverpool. So that alone is the reason why we speak about them and say they're a big club, because they're the third, you might say the third biggest club in England, domestically at least. Of course, you've got the likes of Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, who have won European Cups. If you're talking about British football, there's Celtic as well. But Arsenal also have the, to be fair, it's a bit of a bump, but it happened. The fact is the fact. They're the only club never to have been relegated, never to play in the second division of English football. So that was partly because of
politics.
Politics, and they just put them up into the top division as opposed to. But anyway, the fact is they never played in the second division, so they've always been in the limelight. They've always been at the top. They've always been fighting among the bigger boys, whether they're at the top of that tree or not. They've always been there. Where the likes of Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest have been relegated, have dropped down, and have come back up. Even Man United got relegated in the 70s and came back up. So I think the claim that Arsenal get, and the reason why they have all these fans, is because of that history. But yeah, if we're just talking about since 1992, or in the 20th century, 21st century, then. They're not as big as the European giants. They're not Bayern Munich and AC Milan. Obviously not Barcelona, Real Madrid, and they're not a Man United and Liverpool. But I think most accept they're not a Man United and Liverpool. But yeah, because they make a lot of noise, it seems like, whoa, if you didn't know football, you think, damn, Arsenal must be really banging. Let me go check this out, and then you see something else. But I think once you're in the footballing world, you know Arsenal for what they are. And I think you have to respect the history, but you also have to acknowledge the present. And I think that's where Arsenal are. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it is fans who are new to football. When I say that, I mean fans of a certain age who have only watched the Premier League for 15 years or even 20 years, because they'll just see that Arsenal have only won we haven't won one since a certain time. We've never won a European title. Therefore, why are we always in these conversations? But if you do your history and you look, we've won 13 league titles, we've won 13 FA Cups. In terms of domestically, we are just behind. Well, not just behind, but we are behind Man United and Liverpool, and then it's us. So we are the third biggest club in England, if you look at it from that perspective. But Chelsea will also lay claim to that, having won the European Cup recently and been dominant in terms of the trophies they've won over the last 15 years. So if someone said to me, Chelsea are now a bigger club than Arsenal, I wouldn't argue against that, because they've been successful. In the last 10, 15 years, they've won, I think, the most trophies out of any club in England.
Yeah.
No one could chat to Chelsea when it comes to winning titles. So I can understand that. But you have to look at, and when people say we've never won a European trophy, we have won European trophies. We just not won the European Cup. We won the Cup Winners' Cup. We won the Fairs Cup. So we have won.
Have you won the Europa League?
Trophies. We have. Well, no, that's a new competition. So no, we haven't. But yeah, Arsenal are a big club, are we overrated as a big club? I think yes, some of our fans do overrate how good we are. But again, I think that's because a lot of our fans are new fans who get into this whole. And I was having a conversation with someone on Twitter just before we came on about tribalism and the failure to be objective. And a lot of fans will just, because I support Arsenal, Arsenal must be the best at everything. No, be honest, be objective. We are not the best at hardly anything. Do you know what I mean? We are who we are, and we are at a stage right now where we're on the decline for where we want to be, and that's fine. Man United had a decline. Liverpool are just coming out of their decline. They were in decline for 28 years. And now, you know what I mean? And now we're in it. Chelsea was shit for a long time.
Well, Chelsea's the title in 2005 was their first in 50 years.
That's what I'm saying. So it happens. It happens. This is going to happen to other clubs. You know what I mean?
Put some respect on Mourinho's name. People really are sleeping on Mourinho.
Wait, relax. I don't know how to become about Mourinho. It's
a first title in 50 years.
Abramovich.
Listen, no. Ranieri would have won that title as well.
Of course he would.
No.
See,
I don't want to go down.
Ranieri not in the same style. You forget that Ranieri got Chelsea to 82 points, whatever it was, just behind the Invincibles. If it weren't for us going unbeaten, he would have won the league with Chelsea.
And his team in the same year.
Exactly. Got semi-final. His team, Mourinho put two players? I think Drogba and Cech were the only two real.
I know. Cech was purchased by Ranieri. He was purchased in the February or March.
Yeah, I want to see receipts. Chelsea, I'm playing my boy Mourinho, man. What the heck?
Ranieri would have won.
But the point that never made is that Chelsea have won the most amount of trophies in England in the last 15 years. Mourinho ain't been there for 15 years. It's the Abramovich era.
Abramovich, exactly.
That has sparked this whole, because when Mourinho's not there, you're still winning. As a matter of fact, Mourinho didn't win a Champions League with Chelsea. He failed. He bottled.
He's won 2 Champions Leagues.
After semi-final.
He's won 2. Who has won 2 Champions Leagues?
How do we get onto Mourinho?
Did you win 2 Champions Leagues with the 2 different teams?
How did we get onto Mourinho?
Because you started it, man. You guys started it, man.
Ancelotti.
No, look, Nish. If you debate me, you can't win because I will rig it in to ensure that I win. We will set up the thing with you and Abdullahi. You don't understand. I'm not losing a debate on my channel. So if you debate me, I'm going to do it in a way where you will lose. So there's no point. So that's what I'm saying, man. All right, where are we? So boom. From Sapphire again. Best music video you've ever seen. Ooh, this one is easy for me.
Yeah, that's it's not that easy. You know what?
It's easy for me.
I'm a big fan of Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes has always been
Hype Williams.
Yeah, and Hype Williams was doing the best music videos back in the day. I still think to this day, no one really touches Hype Williams videos, and Busta Rhymes had a lot of really, really good videos. The Breaking Neck video was good. Give Me Some More was good. Dangerous was good. I can't think of one in particular. But you know one I did like? Christina Milian. Christina Milian had the best video of all time.
Which one?
Drop it down and pop that thing.
Yeah,
Christina Milian, best video of all time.
Yeah, I have to watch that. Yeah, come here, but quickly, and let me just watch that video. Get your chest hairs out. For me, I literally, it's 3 that I'm thinking, and I'll probably put them in order. Just off the top of my head, Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River. I like that one. The reason why I like that one because he's a dancer, innit? And there's a part, I remember when I was a kid, I was watching it, there's a part when he stands on the table and he does this thing. I can't remember if he leans backwards or leans forward. And whatever it is, it's obviously camera tricks, innit? But I know I'll just practice and try to do that at home on my tiptoes. That just came to my head. Second one, Ludacris. It's from the Word of Mouth.
Is that where he's like upside down? Is that where he's like upside down?
I think there's one where he's bigger. Like everyone's bigger than they should be.
And he's in the club. He's in the club, and he's
has
big and all that.
Like really big fists.
Yes, he's got big.
Yeah.
That's from Tropic. It was in Tropic Thunder.
What's the song? It's not. I can't remember the song.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Word of Mouth. I wanna. It's not. It's when you're ahead.
No, it's not that one.
Get Back.
Get Back.
Oh yeah.
You know me like that's a Get Back.
Yeah.
You don't know me
You
like.
don't know me like that.
Yeah. And for me, it has to be Smooth Criminal. Because I like a video that's got a story first of all. And if you watch, I don't know if you were to go on YouTube and type in Smooth Criminal, I'm not 100% sure, but if you watch, there's a video or whatever it's called, like a film called Moonwalker.
Yeah, I remember that film.
Like kind of story leading up to the criminal, and he comes to the club and he flicks the nickel, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It goes into the money. But like, I was practicing that as well. It goes into the hi-fi system.
Yeah.
It goes in, the music starts, and then there's a part. It's sick because the whole it's a proper movie. And then there's a dance when he taps his thing forward and he leans forward.
Yeah, I tried that. I tried that.
Yeah, I tried that.
Remember the Times as well. Remember the Times was an epic music video as well. Yeah. No, he had some. Yeah.
Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Moonwalker video. Well, that was my childhood, man.
Well, I think look, basically Nick said it's like for me, like basically Michael Jackson changed music videos. Like once he did Thriller, he changed just how people viewed music videos and stuff. So obviously you got to shout Hype Williams for what he did again. Basically, special mention. I think it's Missy Elliott's "Beat Me 911," the one with Delta.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott had some amazing music videos, but for me, it's Smooth Criminal because this from the moment he entered that club until he left. If he punched someone, he would dance as he punched someone. If he wanted to order something, he would basically dance and then other orders. He danced to do everything. And the fact that this dude performed for about 20-something minutes is insane. Just from how it was filmed, the storyline, the look, and everything. Like, because basically, it's so funny. Because I was watching some MJ music videos and everything. So I was just watching some Smooth Criminal today. I was like, bro, it's the dude was different, bro.
There's a part in the video where he's dancing like one woman, and she slips into his pocket and takes like some money.
Yeah,
and somehow and he shoots a guy, and the guy goes through the video. Oh, it's actually cool.
So it's basically, you know what? I'm actually going to watch that music video after this, man. You're not sleeping on both California Love vids.
The Mad Max thing.
Mad Max.
Yeah, the Mad Max video. Yeah, it's a good video.
Basically, it's basically like a rip of Mad Max, which was good, but it's pretty much like a Mad Max. So this is it from Nish. KDB over Pogba. Look,
he ain't gonna let that go, is he?
He ain't
gonna let that go. The man's wasting money on this.
We will do the debates, but KDB isn't better than Pogba.
Sorry, is Martin Rosario like the donator for the chat, because he's done one for Gatlock, I think it was. He's done one for Nish.
No. Basically Martin doesn't want to admit it, but basically the guy actually owns like a few islands. The guy has like a private jet, private train. He knows Bill Gates, so but he basically comes as a YouTuber, like, but really the guy's like a billionaire. From storage, what will be the top 6? What will the top 6 look like in 5 years?
Oh my goodness!
I'm assuming this is based on the whole Newcastle thing. So people are assuming Newcastle will break into that top 6.
Oh, they'll have to. Yeah.
Well, you'd think so. But then.
Go on.
See, the thing is with the top 6, you'd imagine that Liverpool will go on a bit of a run where they'll be solid. You'd imagine Man United will always be thereabouts. Chelsea ain't going to fall that far. Man City are going to be up there. So really, you're looking at the likes of Arsenal. Can we get our act together? Spurs, can they get their act together? Are Leicester serious? Are Wolves serious? Are Newcastle going to be serious? So I think that's what your top 6 is going to look like. It's going to be those 4 that I mentioned originally: Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City will be your guarantors almost.
Yeah.
And then it's a mix between Arsenal, Spurs, Newcastle if they're serious, Leicester if they're serious, and Wolves if they're serious. Then you're going to have those 5. Everton could be thereabouts.
In 5 years' time, I don't think Wolves are going to be there. I just have a feeling that
he's going to leave.
Well, he will leave, and there's certain players who would leave. And will they be able to replace those players with the same quality? I don't know what their business is. I know they've got a lot of Portuguese connections of Jorge Mendes, the agent. But I feel like, I'm not saying throughout the next 5 years, but in 5 years' time, so what, in 2025, I don't think they're going to be in the top or fighting for top 6. They can still be in the Premier League, but I feel like they need to kind of seize the moment now, do what they can. And it's really about seizing the moment. Because if they were to really seize the moment and win a domestic cup, get into the Champions League, then yes, they could push forward. And
this is Wolves.
No, I'm just saying, if they could, then yeah, then you can continue that momentum. But if they're just hovering around 6th and 7th for the next 5 years, then eventually they're just going to fall out. You have to keep going forward, or you're gonna fall out. And I feel that's what might happen.
Yeah, no, for me, again, look, this is hard because things can change. But if Pep leaves Man City, that could be a huge change. So it's dependent on a lot of things. So let's just say Pep and Klopp stay. City and Liverpool, they're going to remain there. I think if Abramovich remains, Chelsea will still be there. Tottenham, I don't know. See, now, I think that Tottenham come out and either get replaced by Newcastle or a Wolves, because for me, Harry Kane is not going to be there in 5 years. Harry Kane is going to leave. I'll be shocked if Harry Kane is there. So once Harry Kane leaves, I think Tottenham are now maybe 7th or 6th. Mm-hmm. So I think Newcastle, if this money goes through, I'm going to put Newcastle in there. So it's all dependent on different things, on if the takeover happens with Newcastle, if Pep and Klopp stay, if Harry Kane leaves Tottenham, if Aubameyang leaves Arsenal. Even if Aubameyang stays at Arsenal 5-6 years, Aubameyang will be what, like 35, 36?
No, Aubameyang, even if he leaves, we're still going to be in and around that top 6. This is what we do. We replace players.
I thought you were going to say if Obama joins the league. I was like,
Obama would buy Arsenal. If Kroenke sells it, Obama would buy it. Obama would love Arsenal, man. We're the Mandem club. We got Bear Mandem. That's what we do.
All right. From what the IMZ224, the most disappointing career from a talented player. For me, it's it is. I mean, you said it. Like, can you think of a more disappointing career from a talent? You can't. There isn't one beyond Balotelli. There isn't one.
Robinho.
No.
Robinho. I think Robinho had so much hype because I remember watching Robinho and Diego at Santos. I remember watching videos because there's so much hype of them two being like the next big Brazilian tandem. And then Robinho got his big move. He went to Real Madrid, but I don't think he ever really hit the heights he could have. Do you know what I mean? I think Robinho could have been up there. Do you know what I mean? And I just think he's another one of them players that like got to a big move, got money, saw money, thought, boy, I like this. Because that thing I do on the weekend, I don't like that so much. I prefer this. Do you know what I mean? I think he could have been so much more. So I'd put him in the conversation. I don't know, maybe not.
Even Robinho's first season at City was decent.
Yeah.
Decent. And he just fell away after that.
Yeah.
He fell away. Where's he
playing? People are saying Danielson. No, I don't mean Danielson was talented, but I don't think it was a wasted career by Danielson.
I think it was. Danielson never hit no heights. Yeah, but Adriano had the depression thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of like his dad died and then he went a bit nuts, innit? So I kind of
why Tottenham has time to prove this. No. Look. Tottenham Hazard's career hasn't finished. Tottenham Hazard can still prove himself. So I don't think you should be harsh on Tottenham Hazard, bro.
You know what?
He could go on to have a better career than his brother.
Ravel Morrison, he's a wasted career. I tell you who has. If you know, you know. Now Ranger. Now Ranger. He had it made. The man was on a Premier League contract at Newcastle at about 18 years old. When Newcastle were big dogs, UEFA Cup team, consistently. And the man just threw away time after time after time. Now, I'm not saying he was the most talented player, compared to Robinho or even Balotelli. But to go from Premier League to in a matter of years, you're going playing for Southend. Now you don't even have a club, as far as I'm aware. Like, yeah,
because he couldn't stay out of jail. He just loved jail too much.
And the ends.
Yeah,
And
he just couldn't leave. He couldn't leave the road. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more I just want to say as an Arsenal fan, Jack Wilshere. Yeah, Jack Wilshere he could have been something, and the injuries robbed us of that, and we'll never forget it. So,
actually, another guy said, actually, this was actually a pretty interesting one. Oh gosh, who was it?
Alexander Hebb. Do you think he wasted his career? When he left after Arsenal, he wasn't. I know he went to Barca, but
he played all right. He's still playing Champions League now. He's all right.
Oh, is he playing Champions League now? For who?
He's playing for whoever that Belarusian team is, whose name I forget. They're in the Champions League every year.
Oh, okay.
And they get back. They played Liverpool. I think they played Liverpool last season.
Okay.
What's the name of the fuck?
No. I've got to say, Mario Götze for sure. Like, no, for sure. Like, based after the guy scored that World Cup final goal, based on what he did for Dortmund, he was seen as one of the he was saying, okay, this could be the next big thing. And his career just tanked.
But can you say that when he's won the World Cup, bro? You can't say his career has been bad. He's won the World Cup. You know,
yeah, but he could have done so much
he's
more.
won trophies.
He could have done, he should have won numerous Champions Leagues, numerous league titles, and numerous more trophies based on how much people hyped him after he scored that World Cup winning goal. And again, yes, has done more at the World Cup than Messi has. So there you go.
But I suppose you have to look at, is it wasting your career if you're dealing with injuries and stuff, or is it more so if it's your own? Like Balotelli is his own doing. Do you know what I mean? It's not. He's never really suffered bad injuries. It's more that his attitude has kind of let him down. Wherever he's gone, there's been problems with his attitude. So I think it's different.
Adel Taarabt, he had talent.
Oh, yeah.
No, he was very skillful, but he wasn't like, this is something. He was just a very skillful player. But I didn't expect any more from him than what he gave me.
I disagree. I expected more. I expected him to be a steady Premier League player. The man was flirting with QPR, who was just up and down from the Premier League to the Championship.
No, we got them moved to Tottenham and it just didn't work.
Yeah, and then QPR was after Tottenham.
Was it QPR after Tottenham? I thought it meant QPR and then Tottenham. Did he play for QPR twice? I thought he went from QPR to Tottenham and then Tottenham sold him back to QPR.
No, maybe.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
It may well have been that, but I mean, I was thinking when he came. Remember they came back up. He banged all his goals in the Championship with QPR. Came up to the Premier League. Looked all right at the time, but QPR was so bad, and they went down, and then you don't really see him.
No, this is wild, bro. Will the Amateur Critic, thank you for the super chats. Will the Champions League with PSG make Neymar an all-time great? Hell to the freaking no.
Yes, it would.
Yes, of course it would.
Yes, it would. I'll tell you why it would. Because Neymar. I'll tell you why it would. Because Neymar's already spoken about in terms of one of the most talented players of all time. He's obviously won the Champions League with Barcelona, part of the greatest front three in club football history. His international record with Brazil is already up there with the greats. If he wins the Champions League, so he's gone from Barcelona to basically drag PSG. I know it's not really drag when they go those millions, but that's how it's going to be perceived. Drag PSG to the Champions League and then maybe leave straight away. Say, all right, I've done my job there. I'll show you that I can do it without Messi. I didn't need him anyway. I think he'll go down as an all-time great. I think so.
No, especially, of course he will. Considering that PSG have been trying and failing for so long to get that Champions League. If Neymar goes and does it, wins that Champions League, then he will go down as one of the all-time greats. Especially, like, not many players have won the Champions League with two separate clubs. There's not many players that have done that.
Seedorf has won it for 3.
And
Seedorf has won the Champions League 4 times, bro. 3 different clubs 4 times. But you know what? People need to put Seedorf in their conversations when they talk about some of the greatest midfielders.
Seedorf is an all-time great. And I think the top 10 greatest players of all time, but he's an all-time great.
Yeah. No. The guy's been
never gets mentioned.
He doesn't.
Never gets mentioned.
No. Clarence is different, bro. But my thing is that he would be a great, for sure. It would be an amazing achievement. You can't be an all-time great without a World Cup. See, there is a great and an all. See, for me, I think there are levels. oh, if he does this, oh, you will be great and you'll be in a special action. That's a huge achievement.
See, I say all time. You know what? Now, for me, that means when he's retired and in generations, will we talk about Neymar? That's the question I'm answering. And I think based on his international record already, which I'm assuming he's going to get better, he may well go and break Pele's record. If you add a Champions League with PSG to that, who are only formed in 1970, by the way, I think he's someone that we'll talk about in after he's retired. For me, that's an all-time great. Someone who you still talk about when it's all said and done.
If you're saying you can only be an all-time great if you win the World Cup, then what about those players that play for countries that haven't got a chance of winning the World Cup?
Oh no,
like
no.
Like a Zlatan or something.
Like I call them really great players, man. You know, congrats. But the World Cup, World Cup is too important.
Yeah, but if someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, for example, I'm not saying that he is an all-time great. I'm just using him as an example. He's Swedish. The chances of Sweden ever winning a World Cup is slim to none. But that shouldn't detract from his greatness and what he can do on a football pitch in the club game. Do you understand what I mean? If he's done it at club level, then what more can he do?
What's has he got a World Cup? Oh, I forgot his name, man. The Hungarian Real Madrid.
Oh, not Di Stefano, the other one.
No,
Puskás.
Puskás. Has he got a World Cup? Maybe he has.
Yeah, Hungary. No, they got to the final, but they didn't win it. No, they got to the final, they didn't win it.
But he's an all-time great.
Yeah.
Eusebio was an all-time great.
Yeah.
Who?
Eusebio was an all-time great.
Eusebio was great.
No, he's an we've never seen Eusebio play, and in conversations today, Eusebio's name still gets mentioned. He's an all-time great.
No. I call Eusebio. I just think that's all-time great. That's specific. Unless you were incredibly exceptional as a player, then all right. Then the
Johan Cruyff.
Ibrahimovic doesn't fall into that category.
Johan Cruyff.
Why didn't you go to that World Cup in '78? That's all I want to know. That's like one of Scooby-Doo's mysteries. It's one of Scooby-Doo's.
You yourself.
Why didn't you go to the World Cup in '78? That's what I want to know.
You yourself talk about Robin as a GOAT, and as could have been. Robin ain't won no World Cup. All-time great or no?
Oh no, Robin is all-time great. Like no, what's Spain? Because for me, look, I don't know whether Spain is or not in that final, man. So because that was my look, Robin has so redefined football, and he has been made such an imprint. You've got to call him an all-time great man.
No.
I've never known someone contradict themselves so quickly.
Robin, 100% is not an all-time great. I tell you,
no. Don't do that. Robin is not.
Ain't no all-time great. Robin was a brilliant player.
Okay, let me ask this. Name me another player who has a trademark. Let me land. Please. Name me another player who has a trademark move that is unstoppable.
R9 got around the keeper.
Johan Cruyff. Cruyff turn.
Oh, how many goals did you score with the Cruyff turn? How many goals did my boys score with the...
I don't know, bro. I wasn't even born. I don't know.
If you have a trademark goal, you're an all-time great. That's how it works.
You might be. I don't know what's the word. I was gonna say iconic, but not even iconic. That's way too good a word. I don't know, man. He's got a bit of something. He's got something to him, innit? You mention him if you talk about. He's not even a. Is he even an all-time great Dutch player? Let's be honest. Let's be real. No,
let's save this. Let's save this for another show.
Let's be real about it. Look at the Dutch players that he mentioned: Cruyff, Van Basten, Rijkaard, Gullit, Seydel, David. And you're going to talk about Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Ah, come on, man.
Pierre Van
What does Van Nistelrooy come to this?
Let's get back to the questions, man. We're getting
okay. So let's just hit the super chat and we'll back to the questions. Amjad Critic, Devil. Do you think HH pretends like Messi or CR7 aren't all-time greats, or does he actually believe this nonsense? Devil?
Well, judging by what he just said about Robin being all-time great, he cannot seriously believe that Messi and Ronaldo aren't. He's just digged his own grave there. Because all this time where he says Ronaldo and Messi need this, Robin ain't great, but he just said Robin's an all-time great. Messi and Ronaldo have achieved much, much more than what Robin has. So obviously he must believe that they're all-time greats.
Next, so we'll move on to the next question now. Because I'm not answering that question. So from Richard,
Where for you?
the Chief Ogre has returned in an all-time 11v11 right v left-footed game. Which front three would perform better? Ooh, Messi, Maradona, Robin, Cristiano, Pele, R9.
Let me go first.
That's a good question.
I saw this one on Twitter. I wasn't sure if you're going to bring it for the Q&A, but I did see it earlier. For me, I think it's CR7, Pele, R9. I think all round, you got 3 left footers there, which is the first thing. And left footers are usually all left foot. And I know Messi can use his right foot, yeah. But he's 90% left foot. Robin is 99.9% left foot. And Maradona's up there as well. I think those as a free, those 3 offer more. So Ronaldo, as in Cristiano, he's got the pace, I'm talking about peak, innit? Direct running, dribbling, and the goals, where it's outside the box or inside the box, the movement, etc. R9, best striker we've seen, best striker in that whole list that we've seen anyway. And Pele, none of us saw Pele live, but what Pele did when he was 17 years old in a World Cup, we spoke about iconic numbers. He made that number 10 shirt iconic, the number 10 that Maradona then went on to wear, that Messi went on to wear. Between the 3 of them, I think they're just more. You got Pele doing the playmaking, and you got goals from R9, and you got the dynamism or the kind of thing from Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think that front 3's better, but the other one is still great.
I agree. You know what makes that 3 better? The Pele, CR7, and R9 is that Robin's in the other one. Robin don't pass to no one. Robin ain't passing to no one. So therefore, that 3 there, they're gonna end up fighting. They end up in fisticuffs because Maradona's gonna be wanting to fight, man, because he's gonna be high off his nut. And then Robin's not gonna want to pass to Messi because Robin's gonna want to do it himself. And I think there'll be a better cohesion with Pele, R9, and the fake Ronaldo, new Ronaldo, I should say. I think I'll go for those 3.
No, for me, like, I wanted to go for the left-footed guy because I'm like, oh my gosh, Maradona, Messi, my boy Robin. And I think somebody even said it in here. If in terms of creativity and technique and so forth, you'd go with that left-footed team. But if in terms of goal scoring and actually putting the ball in the net, that front 3 will be far more effective because that's front 3 of Messi, Maradona, and so forth. I don't see height there. I don't see power there. I don't see any kind of physicality there if they go up against physical defenders. But in that front 3, you've got the creativity and footballing skills of both a Pele and a R9, and all 3 of them are goal-scoring demons. All 3 of them are fast. All 3 of them are strong. All 3 of them are physical. So you've got the physicality, you've got the speed, you've got the strength, you've got the footballing skill, you've got the technique, you've got the IQ. So they pretty much have everything in that front 3. Whereas that other 3 lack height, they lack the physicality and the power, and so forth. So yeah. All right. Last 2 from LV Don. Rank these clutch moments. Ooh, Zizou v Leverkusen, Drogba v Bayern, Iniesta v Netherlands, Aguero v QPR, Edsel v Arsenal, Torres v Germany, Ronaldinho v... Wait, where is Ramos?
I'm going to add another one to that as well. Michael Thomas versus Liverpool, 1989. That's number 1.
Wait, where is Ramos? We're not adding Michael Thomas, man.
Well, Michael Thomas, what are you talking about? That's clutch.
Where would I rank these?
So we're putting Michael Thomas amongst these names, Devil.
Bro, that's a clutch moment. We won the league at Anfield, last kick of the season. No one won at Anfield. They were unbeatable. Liverpool were unbeatable in those days. We won the league in their back garden, last kick of the season.
Well, can I? What I would say, bring it up on the screen quickly. Now, again, these are top 7. These are elite moments. So whoever comes 7th doesn't mean it's not a great moment. Let's get that straight.
Ronaldinho 7th. Let's get this correct.
Yeah,
Ronaldinho 7th.
Yeah, put Ronaldinho 7th.
Yeah.
I will put
maybe Etsu v Arsenal. No, Etsu v Arsenal might be. Yeah, Etsu v Arsenal is 6 because that was the equalizer, not the winning goal. That's the equalizer.
Big, but Barca was so dominant that it was like it was gonna come.
It was coming,
Yeah, someone was gonna get it. It was gonna come. Then I'll put Torres Germany because if I'm correct, it was in the first half, wasn't it? I could be wrong.
I think it was the second half because the alarm made a mistake.
It wasn't late. It wasn't late in the second half, though.
It wasn't late. I don't know if it was late. I'm thinking it wasn't that. I could be completely wrong. But I was thinking, was it? No, it was the 33rd minute. 33rd minute. That's not clutch. That's a big goal in the final. It's a winning goal. But I wouldn't put that clutch. But because it's a final, I have to put it above Ronaldinho for England.
Yeah. Okay. So we're really focusing on the next four. I'd say. But how late was the Zizou goal versus Leverkusen? How late was that?
I think it was like 70-something minutes, I think.
Oh, what was it?
I don't think it was that late.
Yeah, I need to double check that because I thought, again, all these matches seem to merge into one in the end.
But yeah, so apparently Torres was
yeah.
It was still 45th minute. It was just on the stroke of half.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it wasn't that late.
Okay.
Yeah, that can go.
Yeah, that can go all the way down.
It was a great goal, but I would actually put that below. I would actually put that below Eto'o Arsenal. To be fair, it's a great goal, but it's not a clutch goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's in a Euro final though.
It is, but so was Eto'o Arsenal.
So Eto'o Arsenal.
But that was 80. 70, 80 minutes.
Yeah. So basically, so okay. So we're saying Dino 7. So we're saying what? Torres 6.
Zizou 5th.
Yeah. Eto'o 4th.
Eto'o 4th. And now we're in the big boys.
Then for sure then it's Iniesta.
It was Iniesta. That was extra time, no?
Extra time.
Extra time against a 10-man.
Yeah, 10-man Netherlands. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Iniesta. So we're now.
So I think you probably have to go Drogba then Aguero.
I would say Aguero would be the most clutch out of those. Personally,
it was at the death.
Yeah,
it was. Because Drogba,
you know what made
Drogba scored it, but there was so much of the match left to go. Petr Cech still saved the penalty in extra time. Like they could have still lost it after that. Aguero's was the winning goal to win the Premier League.
So Aguero, Aguero is second. Michael Thomas first.
I'm going to first.
No. We're not ruling like that, bro.
If Aguero can be there, they won the league against a team that were relegated. Yeah, last kick of the game. We won the league against the team who we were against in the title race at their ground, who were the most dominant side in England.
Was it a goal in the final minutes?
Yes, it was the last kick of the game.
Yeah,
last kick of the season. Hope the last kick of the whole season. And we had to beat them by 2 clear goals. We were 1-0 up. And Steve McMahon looked at the camera and said, "We've got this, boys. Just be calm. We've got this. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go." Michael Thomas scored the winning goal. Last kick of the season, we held the trophy at Anfield.
What I want to know is where is Sheringham and Solskjaer?
No. Where is Ramos?
That's true. No.
Because for me, I will argue that Ramos's is the most clutch goal ever because I always look at the ramifications. If Aguero doesn't score that, all right, you messed up. Man City messed up. Okay, you try again. For Ramos, if he didn't score that, you gave Atletico Madrid their first ever Champions League title. They are your sworn rivals. And who knows, maybe we don't see the Real Madrid dominance and legacy of the three-peat. That goal that Ramos scored pretty much changed Real Madrid's psychology and I think gave them the impetus to do that three-peat. So that goal was huge.
Yeah.
that Ramos scored, and that was like in the 93rd second minute, and it came from flipping Sergio Ramos against Atletico Madrid in a CL final, not flipping QPR. Because remember, as good as Aguero was, it's QPR. You were dominating those guys for the whole game. So
yeah,
yes.
I would say that, but still not like Michael Thomas.
Listen, Sheringham in the 90th minute, Solskjaer in the 92nd minute. I mean, I know it's 2 separate goals, but at that moment, it was already a one big. So Michael goes up for the corner, and then I remember the commentary because he goes up for the corner and he goes, Oh yeah, the big goalie's going up. He's already got one goal in Europe. He got in around a header and it pinged around. Sheringham scores. Then for the second one, it's like, oh, Schmeichel's staying back. They must be going defensive.
I remember his cartwheel as well.
Oh no! See, now this was
Cartwheel.
clutch. That cruise goal versus Sweden, that was clutch.
Yeah, it was. But no Michael Thomas.
Was this in the 2018 World Cup?
Yeah. Because if he doesn't do
the
that,
free kick.
Yeah.
He went out anyway. Man, where the hell?
Yeah. What does it say? Carrots for Liverpool. He came clutch for Madrid, man.
He uppercut the ball is what happened there.
You know what? I feel sorry for Carrots. He's not being paid. Apparently, Besiktas haven't paid him.
Is it?
He's complaining to UEFA to get his wages. They're paying him.
Okay, last question. Oh. Okay, guys. So that's all for Football Dugout. You can remember sending your questions early in the morning on Thursdays. Remember, Football Dugout, we do every Monday and Thursday. It's Monday 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. Guys, remember.
Can we have the question, please?
Can I land?
No, you can't. The public
sending your question, the better. Now, also, Devil is the guy who sorted these questions. Devil, I am begging you.
No, you know what? You know what it is?
Sends crap questions, please.
No, you know what it is? He sent that question last week, and I forgot to take a screenshot. And he sent it again this week. I was like, I can't ignore the guy 2 weeks running. I have to put his question on there. So But read it. Read the whole question.
LV Brick from LV Brick. Rashford better than Mbappe.
Agreed.
Can I finish this useless question? Rashford would obviously bang goals in Uber Eats, and let's not involve the World Cup because Mbappe had one great game, which was against a hopeless Argentina squad coached by a fraud. We all know without a Neymar, PSG have no chance in the CL. Okay, I'm gonna go first here. You see, people need to appreciate the nice HH because the nice HH is warm, he's fuzzy, he can be objective and so forth. This is where you bring out the bad HH that people want to fight and punch right now. And Nick's Devil, all right, gloves are off. Stop flipping overrating this dude. All because he plays for Man United doesn't put him in the category of a world-class player. You United fans and so forth, you've got such a small mentality. First of all, you're in the Europa League. So this guy is Europa League quality. Second of all, has this guy ever had a 20 to 25 goal season? Third of all, oh my gosh, what was Rashford doing when he was 17? I think he was taking GCSEs or he was being rejected by his girls in school or something. Your boy Kylian, the prodigy Mbappe, was scoring multiple Gs in CL knockouts games. Oh my gosh, what was Rashford doing as a 19-year-old? I don't know. Maybe he was breaking it up for Man United. I'll tell you what Mbappe was doing as a 19-year-old. Your boy said what's up to Lionel Messi. That's overrated mention to the World Cup. He still hasn't given me any knockout goals. Scored 2 Gs while Messi was on the same pitch. What did Mbappe do in the semi-final? Mbappe would have created one of the greatest assists of all time, but he gave it to Giroud, who's a flipping loser, who messed up Mbappe's assist. What did Mbappe do in the World Cup final? He's the second only teenager ever to score in a flipping World Cup final. That's why he's called the flipping prodigy. The disrespect you're putting on Kylian's name by saying Rashford. What has Rashford done? All because you scored a penalty. Penalty. You can now say you can now look Mbappe in the face. What have you done on the world stage? What have you done? International stage. What have you done? At 19, Mbappe was the lead for a France that won the World Cup. What did Rashford do at an older age for England and this World Cup? What did he do? What contribution did he make? What has Rashford done in a CL? What has he done in a CL? Has Rashford scored in a CL knockout match? Has he ever scored in a CL knockout game before? Look what Mbappe was doing with a flipping Monaco team. Rashford is a Premier League merchant. Man United, he could come up and be great and everything. He will never be world class. He will never live in the same category as your boy Sancho, as your boy Sane, as your boy Mbappe, and your boy. He can't even say what's up to the Us.
Are you done?
Nah, come on. You're just chatting rubbish now.
Are you done? Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Okay. Are you finished or are you done? Are you finished or are you done? I'd like to just share my screen quickly. Is that possible? I just want to share my screen quickly. Is that possible? Can you see my? Enough said.
You know what? I just want to say something on this whole thing. People need to stop these comparisons because they're stupid. And I bet if Rashford was to see these comparisons, he'd be embarrassed. He'd be embarrassed because Kylian Mbappe is clear. Someone put up I think it was BT Sports, put up a stat saying about the highest amount of goals for players under the age of 21. You had R9, who was number one with something like 107, and then Kylian Mbappe was like 103 or something like that. These are the kind of people that you're trying to put up Rashford against. Rashford is a very, very, very good player. And he probably will become world class at some stage if he continues his development. He is developing into a very, very, very good player. But why would you put him against Mbappe? Let the guy play football. We're trying to put people on pedestals that don't exist. Do you know what I mean? There's levels to this. Once Messi and Ronaldo have gone, Mbappe is the next up. He's the next one to take that place. Rashford ain't that good. Rashford, it's like we were saying earlier about, I can't remember who we were speaking about, Kaka. When we're saying, you got these guys up here, Kaka's that next level. Rashford's down on that level, which isn't a disgrace. We're not saying anything negative about him. It's just being honest and objective. That's where he's at. And if he was to ever go up to the upper echelon, he still wouldn't be better than Mbappe. That's not a disgrace. That's the truth. Let's not put people up like people trying to put, even Sancho. I heard you saying Sancho's up there. Sancho ain't in that level. You know what I mean? Let these guys play some football and improve and that, and then we'll see. But Mbappe's done it from when he came on the scene. First thing he did, bang goals. Got his move, bang goals. National team, bang goals. Champions League, bang goals. World Cup, bang goals. He's done it. He's proven. Rashford ain't done that.
You have nothing else to say, Nix, apart from a stupid picture. What else? Yeah, what else to say for yourself?
It wasn't a question. I have nothing to say. He made a statement. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
All right, guys. Last 10 minutes.
However, come the end of the season, when it does happen, we will have an honest conversation.
When
and your boy Tammy Abraham. That's all.
Yes, that's a conversation. That's a conversation. I want to be there for that one.
Oh, and I'll be there when Tammy gets his 30 Gs and leads Chelsea to a treble. I'll be there. I'll be there, man. Because we already said Tammy. So guys, send in your questions now. Last 10 minutes, we'll do some questions. Send in your questions in the live chat. Tammy, Ziyech, Sancho, the sick.
Sancho ain't going to Chelsea.
Oh, and Coutinho. Who else? You want?
Sancho. Let me land.
But when you realize that Sancho is not Sancho, it's Coutinho, you're gonna be pissed.
Let me
Coutinho,
not Sancho.
Guys, do you want to see a treble winning team? Want to see a treble winning team?
Seen it. Been there, done that. I got a t-shirt.
Now, this Evo, don't cry right here. But this is the treble winning team.
You got two defenders, bro.
This is the treble winning team.
What the hell's going on here?
Alaba.
What's the treble winning team? This is treble winning team, guys. Check this out. Let me land. So Alaba says
can I ask you a serious question?
Chelsea is. Let me land.
No, can I just ask you a serious question?
Yes.
How are you still getting your drugs in lockdown?
I'm not okay. So Alaba wants to leave Bayern. Chelsea is his preferred choice. You've always got Kante and your boy Kovacic in there. You've got your boy Ziyech rolling through. Sancho, Chelsea was his boyhood club. You've got your boy the American thing, and Aubameyang, who is leaving Arsenal because he's not signing a new contract. His preferred destination is Chelsea. Guys, this is a treble-winning team. Just feast your eyes here. Feast your eyes on this team. This is a treble-winning team. Treble loading. Tell me this team isn't winning a treble. Tell me.
League, Europa League, Community Shield at best.
Are we playing Championship Manager, Football Manager? Is this
Literally.
what's going on?
No. Oh, okay. Be honest. Be truly objective. I say now this is not a Champions League winning team.
No, that's a great team. It's a brilliant team.
It's not going to be it's not reality. You're
It's
not
not
getting
reality.
You're probably not getting Sancho. You definitely ain't getting Alaba. Yeah, the rest you can have. Like, and that's.
I doubt very much you'll get Aubameyang either. But
I thought I said it already. But yeah, you're definitely not getting in.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
By the way, Hope, I've sent 2 new challenges in the group. You need to do those. So we'll see what you got tomorrow.
No, look. We will no, it's okay. We will. I will. First of all, I won that challenge. By the way, that's super hard sports challenge. I won that challenge. By the way, so actually, okay. Let's hit this question in here. So, from Imran Kamara, if Stevie G won the league, would you give him more respect?
Yeah. I think that's the only stick that you can beat him with. That he didn't win the league. So if he did, I would have given him a hell of a lot more respect if he went to Chelsea and won the league. Because that's his ambition was to be as successful as possible. Liverpool fans will tell you it's his loyalty that kept him there, when in actual fact it was the death threats from the mobsters in Liverpool. But if he would have went to Chelsea and been part of that successful team, then he would get that respect.
And you know what? He probably would have gone on and won a Champions League with that Chelsea team.
He would have.
Okay, so if Gerrard wins the league, where would you then rank him? All time.
Where do I rank him already? Really, all time. I mean, I would put him. No, I don't think he would go any higher than, because the people that are got above him are multiple league winners, and it's not just based on winning the league. Why I haven't won, but I guess I use it as a stick to beat him with because I'm a Man United fan. I can't use it as a stick to beat him with to criticize his ability. The man's a winner. Like he won the Champions League with that dead Liverpool side. For me, he is. I would say if we're talking about Premier League greats, he's definitely top 10.
He's probably top 5.
Probably it's
in and around top 5.
A lot of different players in different positions.
So this is with the league, he'd be top 5.
No, I think he's top 5 already.
He may well be top 5 already. He may well be. There's a lot. There's the likes of Shearer. There's Aguero. There's Aguero's pushing there now. If he ain't there in top 5 already, David Silva has to be in the conversation.
Top 5.
He has to be in the conversation.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Premier League.
No.
No, Tid.
He has to be in the
so you're going past Henry.
No,
you're going past Vieira. You're going past Beckham.
I'm saying
you're going past Cristiano.
No. But listen, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano in the Premier League.
I want to put
if you're talking that, no.
Not Premier League.
Okay. Based on years spent and so forth.
You've got Aguero. When did David Silva come? When did Aguero come?
I think Aguero was there before Silva. Aguero got there.
I'm not even 100%.
Aguero got there in 2011 or
11.
Yeah,
I think Silva was there before that.
Was Silva
I don't know. He was there before that.
I don't know. I think you're wild if you're saying David Silva as an all-time you look at.
No, he is, but not top 5.
No, but I'm not saying he's top 5.
You're missing John Terry. You're missing Schmeichel.
Listen. But that's the point I'm making. I don't know if I'm having even Gerrard top 5 because there's so many. There's Scholes, there's Giggs, there's
Lampard.
There's Henry, there's Shearer.
Lampard.
Yeah, Lampard. There's so many. That five is a very small number. One Premier League doesn't put you in the top 5 because the reason why he's not top 5 for me isn't because of the one Premier League. I'm judging on a lot of stuff. But yeah, someone just said Aguero came 2011, Silva came 2010. If you ask Man City fans who's your greatest ever Premier League player, the 3 of them is Aguero, Company, and David Silva. If Aguero's in the conversation, David Silva has to be in the conversation. I'm not saying he is, but he has to be in the conversation. He's been there 10 years.
Yeah.
He's been there 10 years.
So, would you say Drogba is more clutch than Cristiano? I say Drogba is more clutch than Cristiano. Because if you look at Cristiano is a better goal scorer, 100% is a better goal scorer, and like a better player overall. But if you look at Drogba's record in finals, Drogba's final record.
What's Cristiano's record in finals? What's Cristiano's record in finals?
Drogba's.
But what is it?
No.
What is his record in semi-finals and finals, and what's his record in terms of winning leagues with his goals?
Oh, last I checked,
Do you know what I
Drogba
mean?
didn't play for Fergie. Oh, last I checked, Drogba didn't play for an All-Star.
He
Played for Mourinho. He played for Mourinho.
Cristiano wouldn't be able to do what Drogba did in that CL final, man.
But Mourinho is your favorite manager.
Cristiano couldn't do that. He couldn't do that.
Listen,
Rubbish.
2000,
He couldn't do it. No way.
2012 in the new camp, Barca against Real Madrid, and man scores that goal to basically seal La Liga.
Okay, let me ask you.
Against Barca in the new camp since 2008, and he just said, "Calm." Listen, talk about clutch.
Yeah. Come on, your face.
No, wait. 2011 Copa del Rey final. That header in extra time. Do you remember that header from the Di Maria cross?
Yeah.
Listen, the same. You want to talk about Drogba and Cristiano in finals? Well, the one final they played against each other. Who scored? 2008. Rising header at the back. Who got sent off? Didier Drogba.
Nix.
Come on.
Nix. Who missed the penalty in the penalty shootout?
Where was Drogba?
No, Nix.
Where was Drogba?
You can't answer the question. Who missed the penalty? Was it Cristiano?
Who scored in the final? He scored.
No, he scored, but he also missed a penalty. Yeah,
but that doesn't sound very clutch.
Final record trumps Cristiano's final record. Fact: Drogba has more winning goals in bigger games than Cristiano. That is a fact. Deal with it.
Is that a fact?
No,
I don't think it is.
It's not a fact.
Bro, how is that a fact? Ronaldo scored 600 goals.
600 goals against France.
Bro,
You're chatting. As Drogba's goal. Drogba's more shots than Cristiano.
Cristiano Ronaldo probably has more winning goals than Drogba has total goals in his career.
Never. Impossible.
He has.
Drogba's more shots. Yes. So I'm gonna use that narrative on Twitter. Yeah, it's like haters are gonna hate on Rashford. Anyways, tell me a better goal in EPL history than Jack Wilshere's Norwich goal. Best team goal. Team goal. But I think we have to look at individual goal and team goals. The best team goal is that best team goal of all time is
Brazil 1970.
It's tied between Brazil's 1970 goal and Argentina's goal against Serbia and Montenegro in the 06 World Cup. Best team goal in Premier League history is Wilshere's goal for sure. Best individual goal is Beckham's goal. He is Newcastle.
Beckham.
Bergkamp.
Berg. Not Beck. Berg.
Goal. You know, it was a good goal. I think it was Henry against Liverpool, and I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it was when they were
I know which one.
unbeaten run, and you came back
at Highbury.
Down at Highbury, and it was a brilliant cup that he had with Pires on the left.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant goal.
But the one he scored against Tottenham as well.
Yeah,
North London derby, where he ran from outside his own box.
Yeah, and he's juggling.
And he beat like two man on edge. No, he did that twice.
Yeah, he did it twice.
He did that against Liverpool as well. He did that against Liverpool where he made Carragher do breakdancing on the floor.
Wait, what was this?
Henry. He did it against Liverpool at Highbury once, and he ran from just outside his own box. And then on the edge of the box, he cut inside, and Carragher thought he was going to shoot, and he fainted. And Carragher did this little spin on the floor, ran into his own player, and Henry slotted it bottom corner. And he did the same thing against Tottenham in the North London derby as well. Beat like 4 or 5 players.
You know, it was another great goal, Henry, against Man United, where he flicked up. That was a brilliant goal.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant goal. It was like it was one motion. It just went boom, boom. And Bartes just that was
But you know another really good goal? Matt Letizia. I think it was against Blackburn.
I remember that goal.
Where he turned inside a couple of players and then lobbed Tim Flowers from about 30 yards.
Sorry. Footy troll. I remember he said Ricardo Fuller scored a better version of Dennis's goal, Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a better version. That one wasn't a fluke.
It was I remember the goal.
If Fuller had an umlaut over the U, they'll be calling that the greatest goal of all time.
I remember that goal. Ricardo Fuller was a baller, though. All right, do you remember Jermaine Beckford's goal for Everton, where he ran from his own box? I can't remember who it was against for Everton. Jermaine Beckford scored one. He ran from his own box, the full length of the field, and tucked it for Everton. You'll have to YouTube it. Okay. Beckford, Everton, yeah.
All right, so thoughts on UEFA suggesting using points per game to resolve unfinished league campaigns? No.
Well, correct. What they actually said was, you have to be careful with how people. I don't think they ever actually used the word points per game. That's how people interpret it. What they said was qualification for their competition should be on merit, i.e., based on league position. And people have said, well, that means either you're going to be points per game or it is as it is, i.e., not coefficient, not based on coefficient. But they didn't suggest points per game. They said if it can't be continued, then it should be based on merit. That was it. That was all they said. Points per game. Listen, I think we've kind of exhausted what should happen. You can't, for me, you can't judge a league that ain't completed. That's the bottom line.
No matter what happens, yeah. I think it's just that, yeah. Whatever they're doing, they're going to do it.
Some stats for you. From Dark Zero. Cristiano Ronaldo holds the record for the most Champions League final goals at 4.
Okay, and the point I was making is the goals he scored were irrelevant.
Wait. You always say
goals. How can it be irrelevant?
But you always say Drogba scored the most goals in finals. Were all of those goals relevant as well?
Yes, they were winning. Most of them were
all of them were winning goals. All of them.
90% of them were winning goals. I will send you the stat. I will send you guys 90% of them because look, I got sent a stat. 90% of them were winning goals, and also the key thing about it is
League Cup final.
Okay, easy.
Yeah, how many were in the League Cup final for real? Okay, how many were in the League Cup final?
There's better than in the League Cup final. Let me land. 08 final, Cristiano scored the first goal. How crucial was that? 2014, he scored the penalty, which was the 4th goal. How crucial was that?
The first goal was always crucial.
He scored the first goal and I believe the 3rd goal in a 4-1 game. How crucial was
the first goal is always crucial.
Was it the winning? Okay, so
the first goal is always crucial.
Which is more crucial, the first goal or a 88th minute header from 40 yards
They're
out?
Both as
against, can I So, which is more crucial, a penalty or a 40-yard headed goal marked by 2 Bayern defenders against Manuel Neuer after your team got destroyed? I'm sorry, guys. Like, look,
Dr. Bell,
amazing. He's superb. He's better than thinking. He's never scored a bigger goal than that. He just hasn't.
Dr. Bell says, and Cristiano holds the record for being better than Drogba everywhere, every day, shape, or form.
Wait, actually, is this true? Nix, is this true?
The first goal at Wembley, the new Wembley, 2007. Correct. Mm-hmm. It won it 1-0. Yeah. Worst pitch ever. Worst final ever. But yeah, he scored.
Mm. Yeah, no, so look, man, I guided that thing, man. So obviously we've all so this is a great question as well. I mean, we established many truths, and look, man, I can't believe that the whole Drogba, because I will actually do that. I will send the stats out on Twitter because I think Drogba, wow, he actually has something over Cristiano.
Wait, could you have for the stat? Could you just split it between what finals? Because I know a lot of them are League Cup finals. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Chelsea won bare League Cups.
The final, man.
It's probably communication.
Wait. One of them goals in the finals were against us when we played our kids. We played our kids in that final.
Yeah.
Why?
We played our kids and they beat us 2-1. Yeah. Oh, come on.
Why?
We played our reserves in the final.
Kids.
We played our reserves. That's when Terry got kicked in the head by Diaby.
Yeah, by Diaby.
Yeah.
Football and all that.
Diaby knew what it was about from early. Kick off his head.
No. Basically, all I'm saying, look, so Nacho said, Judge Devil, you need to upgrade HH to Class B.
When's the next case?
Okay, what have I done that has been breakish right now?
But you didn't send me the check.
You don't know what, like, look. I mean, I sent you the other check. I don't even know why.
You didn't send me the check. You need to send it again.
No, okay, but before we end this, let me ask you guys a question. This is the last question from your boy H. Let me ask you guys a question. What do you think Rashford's maximum potential is? What do you think his ceiling is realistically?
Rashford.
Yeah. His ceiling.
His ceiling, I think he can be world class. 100%. He can be world class. Will he be world class? Big if. Big if. A lot to do with coaching. He hasn't. He's shown me in spurts that he can be world class, but being world class is more than spurts. It has to be consistent, and he hasn't, through injury and through other things, he hasn't yet done it over the course of a season. Now, if the season continues and he comes back fit, then you can say for the whole season, granted there was a big break in between, he would have performed. But as it stands, he hasn't yet done it for the whole season, so I can't assume that he will go into that. Someone like Mbappe, even as Sancho, they've shown they've got world-class ability, and they've also performed at their best level for their age for a whole season.
I think he could be world-class. I think when you look at what he was doing this season, people don't realize what he was doing this season. Like his goals per game and his goal involvements per game were right up there with the very best in the league. And I think if he can stay fit, if he can stay motivated, he will go down. If he stays at Man United, for example, for the rest of his career, he could go down as a Man United legend. I do think he could be world class. He could be playing at the very top. But it's a big if. A lot depends on him and his attitude. And it seems like he's got the correct attitude.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got the correct attitude.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be any fault of his own why he doesn't reach where some people say. It's only going to be whether he's got the ability or not, because he's definitely going to drive to do it and the coaching. Now, just if there's any Man United fans in here, a lot of people try and drop this. Oh, he scored a lot of pens. Listen. This is a fact. No, this isn't a HH fact. This is a
easy. Come on, relax. That's below the belt.
Of the 5 Premier League penalties that he scored this season, he has won 4 of them. So if he didn't create the opportunity, then he wouldn't have got the goal. So if he might have won the penalty and someone else taken it, someone might say, "Oh yeah, he assisted it," but he went up and took the penalty that he won. So I'm not having he took penalties. He won them. He earned the right to take them, and he earned the right to score them, innit?
Okay, now last comment before we go. Are you a fake United fan?
I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Actually, what is a fake United fan though? No, because I mean, no, based on how you insult me, I just wanted just to throw a comment to insult you, just to make you look as bad as I have looked. So
that's not possible.
No, relax, chill. No, look for me. Just to end on this, man. Look, I wish Rashford the best. I wish him well, but all I care about is Nigeria winning a World Cup and Chelsea winning a treble, and Chelsea were going to come back against Bayern at the Allianz. I'm convinced by that. I'm sure that, and we're robbed of what would have been a memorable night where I would have been confirmed as the greatest football analyst and footballing mind that this world has ever seen. Guys, any final words before we get ourselves out of here?
I got some Ackee and saltfish on the stove, so I'm going to have a good evening. I'm 2/3 the way through Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone. I'm in a marathon.
Oh, very that shit.
Yeah, hopefully today I can get through. Let's see, 9:30. Might get through a half of Chamber of Secrets as well. And yeah, we move. We don't like Harry Potter. Don't we?
I can't stand Harry Potter.
I've read everything.
Punch up that kid.
Was pretty good. Prisoner, just that I stopped after. Basically, my mom gave me book 3 for some reason. I read book 3, book 4. Then I went back to book 1, book 2. Then I then stopped. But book 3 was good. Prisoner of Azkaban was
good. I think an ex-girlfriend of mine made me watch one of them films in the cinema. I wanted to punch up the kid and I wanted to punch up her, but I couldn't punch up
the film was horrible. Me and my sister went to watch the film. The films are horrible. They're
I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so I like to see how they brought the book to life. The reality is the books are always going to be better. Look how big those books are. Goblet of Fire was 636 pages. You can't fit that into a 2-hour film. For me,
time for that.
For me, was the best film because it had the most action. But yeah, I love Harry Potter, man. So let me get up here and get back to my.
So basically, I mean, I'm currently reading the Naruto manga, which has been very interesting, man. That Naruto manga is really, really interesting. So I'm reading the Naruto manga, and bro, just watching loads of films, man. Watching loads of the films, and I am having chips, some spicy, what's it called, Nando's hot thingy, and maybe some fish and some chicken stuff, and just
you know what I'm watching? I'm watching 90 Day Fiance. Have you heard of that? There's some Nigerian brother on there who's trying to get to America. It's so funny, bro. This 90 Day Fiance, and there's this woman who met this Nigerian guy online, this American woman. She's gone to Nigeria to marry this Nigerian brother. She's 53 and he's 30. And he's saying that he loves her and all this. He's just trying to get to America, bro. It's so funny.
I feel like I've seen that in real life.
It's so funny.
Send me the link, bro. Devil, send me the
link.
I'm also watching Dragon Ball GT again. So I watched Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I finished that a few months ago, again, obviously. And because I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super.
That's what I'm watching now. That's what I'm watching.
Okay, let me start all the way from the beginning. So I started all the way from Dragon Ball. Right, so I'm at the last season of GT with Shenron and all that, Super Saiyan 4, and then move on to Dragon Ball Super. So yes, and this lockdown has given me a bit more time, isn't it? A bit more time.
Actually, I need to watch those Dragon Balls, man. I need to go back over that. Yeah, I might do that.
That's those fights. No, because let's say I'm on because I already watched Dragon Ball Z, so I'm just going to watch Dragon Ball Super right now, and bro, like those basically just the fights alone are just insane, man. Those fights alone are insane. All right, guys, look, man. Peace out, stay true, and we'll see you guys Monday 8 p.m. All right, guys, peace out. Peace.